What's up guys, this is Quante and welcome back to more Let's Play Donkey Kong Country Returns. And we are going to one of my favorite levels in the entire game, Boulder Roller. And it sort of has an Indiana Jones style if you like being chased by, well, giant boulders. But the giant boulders in this game have giant spikes on them, like that one right there. And those don't even really look like boulders, those look like man-made pieces of cardboard, basically. I don't really know. Doesn't look like a boulder though, but that's not the only one we're going to be seeing, because the boulders are really just going to be everywhere, and they appear out of nowhere. They just drop from the sky, they come up from pits even, so you kind of have to watch out for them during this entire level. But it's a really cool level in my opinion. I like it a whole lot, and I like playing it every time I come back, because this is one of those levels that would really, you know, make for good 3D, since this is going to be on the 3DS and everything. You know, like, seeing this in 3D would probably be one of the best things ever. I mean, like I said, I'm still probably not going to get the 3D version of this game, but for whoever does get it, or that didn't make any sense at all, but, you know, for the people that do get it and don't have this game just yet, you know, you're really going to be impressed with the 3D with this level, I hope. And I don't know, maybe I should watch the trailer, because I know they did release a trailer on the 3DS for this game, and I guess so you could see what it would look like in 3D, but, you know, seeing as how all the boulders are seemingly coming out of the background and stuff, you know, that would be a really cool 3D effect, just to see that. You know, it's even cool to see in this game, so just imagine seeing it, like, on a 3DS XL. That would be something. But I wonder, like, what the models and stuff would even look like on 3DS in general. Like, I wonder, would they look any worse than they do now, or would it sort of look the same? I don't really know. I don't know why I'm questioning that either. And oh my god, this is sort of... well, that wasn't tricky at all. I just had to wait. See, my patience is always testing me with this game. And Diddy Kong's gone. That's just delicious. So now I have even less of a chance on getting through this part. This part is the most tricky, I guess, of this level, because you sort of have to wait for the boulders to come by, and sort of have to time how many are gonna roll past you before you can even come out of these little crevices that are in the ground and stuff like that, or just risk getting smashed. But I don't know, again, it's a whole patience thing, and I don't really have too much of that when playing these. And you gotta squeeze in between these things. How good is that? Just imagine how Donkey Kong feels right at this moment, just squeezed in between two boulders. And here's the giant one from earlier. I'm assuming this is the giant one from earlier. And that's how you get that puzzle piece, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. I don't know why I did that, actually. But let's keep on going to the end of the level. Yeah. So I think I've gotten back into my groove. You know, yesterday when I was recording, for some reason when I was in this world, I just could not play worth a crap. I was just playing really badly, and I think my commentary was sort of lacking, and I didn't really like that, but I think I'm getting back into the groove of things, you know? And it's kind of weird because I've had all this time to record. Like, during this entire weekend I've been home alone. I've had the whole house to myself pretty much, and I haven't really recorded all that much. Like, I could have recorded a whole week's worth of content and uploaded every single day, but it seems like for some reason I want to record more when I can't record, and then when I can record it's just like, I'll just hold off on it a bit longer and, you know, see if what happens. And well, that really isn't turning out too good for me, because I've only really recorded 3 things this entire weekend, you know, and it's Sunday now, so that really isn't too good of a thing, I guess. But hey, what can I say, you know? I'm a person. I mean, it's better to record when I actually want to rather than when I don't want to, because if I don't want to, you can obviously tell, and then it's just not a good recording at all, you know? It's not like great, you know, you gotta enjoy what you're doing, or else it's just not gonna really turn out good at all. So, you know, that's why I'm recording now. You know, I'm in a good mood, you know, in a talkative mood at that. I'm not really repeating anything that I've been saying before, because that's sort of been a sort of running theme with this Let's Play, is sort of like thinking along the same lines that I do every episode. It's just like, oh, Retro Studios needs to make new IPs or something like that, like something I've said 1,000 times over and stuff like that. So, you know, I gotta learn to get out of that groove, but it's sort of been a while, like, between each recording, you know, like, I hardly ever do them consecutively anymore, so that's sort of a thing. Until, like, this weekend, of course, but whatever. I'm gonna keep on going. And again, like, I sort of get into talking so much that I hardly ever notice what I'm doing in the level. I've sort of been, like, zoned out while I'm playing this entire level. Like, literally, I haven't really noticed what's been going on. But I've been doing good, I guess. But that's sort of the thing with me. I can completely get lost in my words and still play the game well enough. I like that ability, don't you? At least I'm good at the game, you know? I mean, like, if I wasn't good at this game, I probably wouldn't have done a Let's Play on it anyway. That's sort of the thing that I don't like when I'm watching certain Let's Plays. It's just like, when people play games, like, I get you enjoy the game, but sometimes it gets absolutely painful watching a person play a game when they're not really good at it. I mean, they don't have to be like Jesus when playing the game, but it's just like, at least when they play well enough, you know, it at least makes it bearable to watch, you know? It's like watching them do a blind run of the game and they're playing really badly. I mean, I get blind runs are completely different, but their gameplay is like watching a blind run, and it sort of gets sort of painful to watch at times. But I don't know. That's just my personal preference on Let's Plays anyway, you know. At least be semi-good at the game that you're playing, and, well, things should go good for you. But it's not for me to judge, because, I mean, everybody has their own different style when doing Let's Plays. I mean, like, there are so many different styles of Let's Plays that I've seen, and the way people commentate and the way people do things in terms of editing and stuff like that is completely different from mine, you know. I'm not the best Let's Player out there, and I don't want to be, you know. It's just like, being a smaller Let's Player is actually pretty nice. I mean, it's like, having a fan base and all that stuff, I mean, like, the only thing that should really be good for is, I guess, feedback. But I mean, it's just like, being a giant Let's Player, I guess, can sort of take its toll, I guess. Sort of like, you know, you have all these people bowing down to you, and they're gonna like your content whether it's good or bad, you know. And it's just like, when you're smaller, you have a little bit of leeway to do whatever you want. Just like how my upload schedule has been crappy, you know, like, no one's gonna complain about that to me, you know. It's like, I don't really have anyone watching me on a daily basis that I know of so far, but, you know, like, I don't really get any complaints unless it's from a random person who's never watched me before and I'm getting feedback from that. But, I mean, like, I don't know, it's sort of nice being small, but not really, I guess. I mean, it'd be nice to have more people watching, sure, but, you know, it's nice. That's all I really have to say about that. But, let's just keep on going. This level's platforming is actually pretty tricky because, like, they sort of switch things up on you. See, I almost died because I miscalculated the jumps on these platforms. And, yes, I made that. That was really close. I took a really big chance by doing that. And that checkpoint was there, too. If I died right before that checkpoint, that wouldn't have been good at all. That actually would have been embarrassing. Almost as embarrassing as just, like, you know, dying right before you get to the freaking goal. Because that's happened to me before in this game. But yeah, I like Diddy Kong. He's so cool. Like, that sort of roll that you get when you're rolling with Diddy Kong takes you so far in the air. I just love it so much. But we're pretty much at the end of this level, and we gotta go fast. Not really. That was really easy. Especially, like, Diddy Kong sort of breaks the game. And I guess that's why Mirror Mode actually exists. Because Mirror Mode, spoilers again, is what you get for beating the game 100% and getting all the Kong letters. And you don't have Diddy Kong in that mode, so it makes things twice as hard. And you don't really get to break the game as much. So it really tests you when you beat Mirror Mode, and you feel really satisfied after doing it. I've been talking about Mirror Mode a lot, and I would have done, like, a Mirror Mode run, I guess. I mean, like, that would have been an idea that I had to do something different other than just doing a Let's Play of this game, you know, doing Mirror Mode and stuff like that. But, I mean, like, I'm not even sure how that would have turned out, and I'm not really all too good at Mirror Mode myself. You know, I was able to beat it, but I've only beaten it once, and I just missed that letter, so I'm gonna have to kill myself. Yeah, and the sort of thing about this level is that it scrolls, so, like, when I fell right there, I didn't fall all the way back to where that letter was before, and what is this mess? Get this tar off me. And that is how you get tar off of you, of course. You just shake their Wiimote and Donkey Kong, like, slaps it off of him. I don't get why, but yeah. So, this is sort of a scrolling level. You're not going to fall all the way to the bottom of the level. You're just going to fall, like, to wherever the screen cuts off. And this level is sort of weird, because, like, everything's falling apart. Like, you can't stay on a platform for too long. Once you jump on it, it's gonna crumble and fall. So you gotta make sure you know, like, where you're gonna jump and sort of estimate when and where you're gonna do things, or else you're just pretty much gonna die. And you just gotta be careful, you know? Gotta be not like me. I don't know why he didn't go up there. Like, I guess the barrel didn't shoot me up high enough, or it sort of felt like it blocked me a little bit. I don't really know what happened there, actually. But I can't really complain, because I'm still gonna blame it on myself. That's sort of a thing about when people play games, you know, they sort of, you see them getting mad because of something they did, and they blame it on the game. It's just like, dude, you did that. You can't blame that on the game. The game designers knew what they were doing. You can't blame that on them. Come on. I love you, but you can't be doing that. Come on. But I think we're just about halfway done with this level, I guess. And I'm saying that mainly because there's so many checkpoints. You know, you think the checkpoints would be like a halfway point, but no. They put so many of them throughout this level that it almost makes it not easy. I mean, I wouldn't want to go through all of these segments that I've been going through again, because I've died twice. But I mean, like, there are so many checkpoints. It doesn't make any sense, man. And yeah, that was my fault again. See, I keep on thinking I can slide around at certain points, but I just can't be doing that, man. Come on. I gotta play good. I gotta stop doing this embarrassing stuff. That's the third time that I've died in this level. I love myself, but I can't be doing that. Come on. I gotta stop quoting that thing. I've been watching it so much. And some of you probably know exactly what I've been quoting this entire time. And if you don't, well, you need to go watch it, but I'm gonna make you find it out yourself. But I just want to finish this level, you know? Gotta stop dying. Well, there's a heart. I like how hearts are just randomly littered throughout here. And I think we're almost done. But quote-unquote, I think. But yeah, we are done, because we gotta do this with the Tiki Zings. And I'm really glad when you get hit right there, it doesn't make you fall to your death. Because sometimes when you get hit when getting shot out of a barrel cannon, it just makes you plummet. And I'm glad that sort of thing doesn't happen there. But I think we have just enough time to take out the boss. I'm not really going to take on this next place, the temple place, just yet. We're going to go to Thugley's High Rise, which is probably the best boss in the game besides the final boss himself. It's just such an action-packed boss fight, and I love it so much. So we're just going to take the rest of our time to do this, and hopefully get it done relatively fast. But I love the intro, because Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong just bust in on his place. They're just like, where'd my bananas be? Like, Diddy Kong has, or I thought he had his pistols at one point, I don't know. Sometimes the cutscenes are different, though. Like, at certain points, Diddy Kong does have his pop guns out. But I think that's only if you're, like, in the two-player cutscenes. It sort of alters it just a bit. I don't know why, but whatever. So this guy, this xylophone Tiki, is gonna hypnotize Thugley. And I guess Thugley is sort of paying a homage to Very Naughty and Really Naughty, because they were sort of like clone bosses, you know, like Really Naughty, or, you know, the Naughties. There were two giant beavers in Donkey Kong Country, and there's two uglies in this game. I'm just gonna call them uglies, because I don't know if they're a part of any species. But you fight two of these in this game, just like you fought two Naughties. And this one is significantly harder than, you know, the first one that you fight, because he just has so many tricks up his sleeve. Like that, you know, he falls on top of you randomly, and I don't like that, because I get hit by it every time, but his patterns are completely different, because he goes through all these different phases. We're not going to be fighting him just on this plane, you know, he's going to break the platforms and even spit fire. So, we gotta watch out for all sorts of stuff while we're fighting this guy. Not to mention he has a shell. Mugly didn't have a shell. So in order to hit this guy, you gotta sort of wait until his shell, like, slides up on his back and then hit him. And you don't have very much time to do that. Like, this is one of these bosses that I had trouble with the first time I played, and I had to do multiple takes on. Because you sort of gotta get used to memorizing his patterns and stuff like that, and it's not very easy. Especially in mirror mode. Like, you have to be pretty much on point with your jumps and all that stuff, because his shell can even damage you. Because, like, I'm guessing his shell has, like, some sort of fire properties, as to where, like, sometimes when you jump on his shell, it'll actually damage you at certain points. So you gotta be you know, really good in terms of timing and stuff like that. It's not really, you know, your typical Donkey Kong boss fight. It's really challenging, and it keeps you on your toes. That's why I like the boss fight so much. It's one of my favorite in the entire game, like I said. Besides, I guess my bosses in the order that I like them are probably Stu, this boss, and then, you know, the final boss. But that's like from least to greatest, I guess. Not like greatest to least, but whatever. This isn't math. Shut up, Quante. But look at those tikis back there. That's also one of my favorite parts of the boss fights. Like these tikis, you know, they're watching and they're just going crazy. These spectators. You think they'd be helping this guy and ganging up on the both of us, but no. They're just sitting back there going crazy like they just did crack or something. And yeah, I fell right into that one. Because he has 2 different fire attacks during this phase. But he's pretty pissed off. I mean, just look at how glowing red he has, or the red hue of his skin. But we only have 1 more hit, so we gotta wait. That's all I really have to say about it. But like I said before, this boss fight is really just purely memorization. You just gotta get used to it. There's really no way to explain what he's gonna do because it sort of happens at random. But, and you know, it's a good boss fight. Really intense, but we're done with it right now. And notice how I hit him on his back, but at the end of the boss fight, you hit him on his stomach. Sort of switches perspectives on you. But that'll be all. And oh my god, we're at 16 minutes. I gotta get this Donkey Kong combo over with really quickly. And he's out of there. Alright, so that'll do it for this episode of Let's Play Donkey Kong Country Returns. And in the next episode, we will be doing the temple level, of course, and going to World 7, which is a factory. And I'm glad they kept a factory around, because that was one of my favorite parts of the original Donkey Kong Country. But yeah, we just destroyed this guy's home for our bananas, and now we're just gonna go to the next world. So, see you guys later.